Let me hit record. So, what happened? VOD watchers won't notice this, but whenever I go into my car, drive around, get some groceries and whatnot, I uh, I blast my music, and for some reason, my desktop Spotify retains that volume, and so I forget about it. So when I start the stream, it just blasts music for the stream. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Hang on. I got a meme to show you. You guys better understand this. Let me hopefully you guys know about this. Crawling. I'm gonna post it on the chat. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. It's you made me think about this meme when you said crawling in my skin. And the funny thing is about the super loud volume is that only the people currently present in the stream are gonna know this because the audio doesn't save in any VOD. So I don't know. You haven't? It's crawling in my crawl. It basically replaces every word with like crawl. It's so funny. Okay. We're back. I was playing around in single player, trying to figure out. Oh, first of all, like let me get back to my train of thought here because I'm all over the place. I know, so am I. Okay. So the plan, what I was trying to do today is getting these bacterial vats set up. It's what I had yesterday, but I spent a little bit of time off camera trying to figure out how to automate this because right now our setup is level maintaining, and I'm trying to not level maintain ever again because it's kind of cringe. And so it might let me join the single player world. Let me join. Yes, world. I know GTNH is kind of notorious with having really buggy when you try to join a world. I guess not. It's really weird. I've seen it before where I try to join, like I join my server and then I join a single player world and it just breaks. It works, but anyways, oops. This is what I have tried, and so far it does work. It's a little cursed. I only have one branch set up though. But the idea here is it, of course gets the fluid enough for halfway. And this mini chest keeps this volumetric flask clogged. Stocked, sorry, not clogged. And I'm gonna still be using these. And all of these are stocked with just one, with a limited item filter from Ender.io. And then we have a activity detector over here that is set to recipe progress normal, which tells the redstone control here on the conduits to actually pass the item. So the cool thing about recipe progress is that even when the machine starts, it takes a little bit for the power to start to get to 1. So it's like 10 seconds or something like that. And we're using that to our advantage. So once we have that first level, we tell this guy to push the flask over here. And I can even simulate it with a lever. So the idea is the recipe starts, tries to craft exactly enough. It pushes the cell here, but it doesn't get it out until the recipe finishes. And once it does, it pushes it out, and just pretend that this refilled because the recipe has finished by now. Which is, just do this. And the recipe is now starting up from scratch, and then we have it stocked until it's ready to accept another one. And at this point, a new recipe has started. And then it's like, oh, it has enough charge, rinse and repeat, and it just keeps doing that over and over again. So far, it's worked. You're going to have to deal with that noise. That's the radio hatch, and it just have an interface with a translocator here with regulate on to keep that stocked forever. And all 4 of them are sharing it. So far it's worked. The only issue I could see is if we ever run out of power, the entire thing breaks. Or if I shut it off, if I run out of power and the recipe voids, and there's not going to be enough here to get the maximum amount of mutagen, so it's going to break. So I'm not going to worry myself with that until later. That's a future problem for future burning. But one thing I wanted to verify is, you're going to, and I might be able to give this a muffler. This thing's loud. Is the sound actually simulating the Geiger counter noise? It's a Geiger counter, yeah. It's the radio hatch. I don't know if you've been this far out to use the bacterial vat, but it needs radioactivity. This thing's loud as heck. I think you can give it a muffler hatch. Yes, you can. There you go, nice and quiet. That's a lot better. So, one thing I want to know, because right now I'm simulating infinite distilled water. But what I'm curious, does the recipe start with a little bit of distilled water? Use an input hatch of like, I don't know that much. Now put it over here. Face the correct way, sir. Thank you. And if I give it distilled water, is the sound just like normal sounds in GT, or is it literally simulating random decay occurrences for the noise? I just play Minecraft. I don't know. It's a good question though. I would imagine it's just there's probably like isn't it like a play sound command? I don't know. I'm scared. I can probably find the sound itself, and you can probably even open up the actual mod. That's how I get some of the sounds for some of my videos. Yeah, I actually go into the mod jars and extract the sounds. Like the compact claustrophobia poop fart noise. I just took it out from the jar. Okay, so this is what I'm oops. Yeah, that didn't happen. So let me see here. It says consumed up to that much, depending on the output rate. So if I give it like just a little bit, will the recipe actually start? You went to the effort to do that and didn't make it a routine. I didn't think about it. All right, I give you permission to add to the burnings to-do list channel. I need to do that. That's a good idea. But let me make sure this works, because I'm curious. If it doesn't have enough fluid, like 1,000, this thing is going to be consuming 72,072, because it says consumes up to, but those two words up to, they concern me. It is. Okay. So it's not really a problem for mutagen, because this stuff has a lot of, we can get distilled water easily, but it's going to be a problem for the other fluids where we don't really have this much being generated. Meaning, I need extra redstone control here. And all that is, it's going to be a fluid detector. I have one right here. And then tell this fluid threshold is 72072. I have to give it a bigger input hatch. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to do that then, because the last thing I want is to have this setup working with these volumetric flasks are only designed to work with 1818. Okay, let me take a screenshot of this so I can come back to it. And then I'll go ahead and go to the server and we'll try to set it up. I am recording, right? Yes, I am. I reminded myself. That's a good point, though. I'll add that to the. You actually added to Burning's to-do list. Yeah, we need more point redeem noises. I think that'll make things a lot more exciting. So this also means I don't have to use stocking input hatches, and I'm glad because these guys are expensive. I'm still going to be using stocking inputs. These are just fine. It consumes the exact amount of fluids. Okay. Let me think about this. Yeah, so the mutagen recipe. So these bacterial vats are weird because the absolute max you can get in the recipe is if your output hatch has exactly 50% of its storage. So we're using HV output hatches, which is 64,000. So ideally, you want 32,000 fluid stocked in here when the recipe starts, and I can show you over here. These guys are working pretty good. That's why there's a whole mess up down here to get the control going. So if I check the this guy here, I can't really see. I can't see from down here. This has exactly half. So when the recipe starts, it'll make the most. In our case, it tells you here. Outputs up to 1,001 times the amount, depending on the amount of fluid stored in the output hatch. But you want it to be 50% at all times to get the most out of it. Some people can't be bothered, so what I've seen is that they don't really care and they just have it shuffling all over the place. But since it's passive, who cares? But I want it. I want a min-max here. But yes, confirmed. This recipe, if you have less distilled water in here, it's still going to, depending on how much distilled water you consumed. It's really weird. It's a weird thing. So what I do is when the recipe starts, then you can change the amount of fluid in here, which is what this flask is for. This is how much it's going to produce. So I take it out, and then I restock it with when it finishes the recipe. I way back then I had a little weird setup to do that, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to min-max it. So we're gonna need some stuff. Yes. Each activity detector does that so that we don't go like, because the problem I was having before was it kept trying to put new fluids in there, or like new flasks in there over and over again. And I don't want that. I also learned that Ender IO conduits are kind of trash when it comes to redstone pulses, so do not rely on pulses when you're using redstone conduit or Ender IO conduits. I've learned that they're very inconsistent, and there's not much I can do about that. It's quite literally a game skill issue. So first thing, I need to give each of them enough input hash to store 72,000 fluid. So how much is the EV one? EV would work. I can't craft these, right? I can. It's a known thing. Yeah, it's. I tried to use it because it would make things so much easier. Let me cancel this. Actually, we're also having an americium issue. Like, we're consuming way more americium than we can reasonably produce in a day. So, like, all of this stuff is gone when I try to craft like one thing. So, but I think the automation here I don't have to. Actually, I'm lying. I need 4 UV energy hatches. Why doesn't he just ask the Americans for What happened to our sulfuric acid, sir? Oh, you know what? I think all of these machines stopped. Oh yeah. So remember yesterday when I was upgrading the power? Yeah, I forgot to turn all of these machines back on. That's fine. On this entire room is dedicated to making nitrobenzene, but nitrobenzene is only like a very small amount of our power network, so it doesn't actually matter. But I still need it because of the byproducts. So let me just turn them all on. I forgot about this. That's what I get. Yeah, but we're producing sulfuric acid by the boatloads over here. Yeah, that's a good amount. Anyways, energy hatch. We need. I need 2 more of you. Go ahead. Wait for those for a little bit. My answer for americium is going to be compact fusion until I can get space mining going, which is going to be a while. I don't know how long until we get there, but I would give a lot for you. We're consuming it in the like tens of millions right now, probably even hundreds of millions, because yeah, we go through tons of sulfuric acid. How's our phosphoric acid doing? 70 million. We're still having issues with it. How are you doing? You're fine. I'll deal with you later. So we're crafting a couple of energy hatches. We're going to give them all UV for now. Let's get my... How many channels do I have? I'm going to need plenty of channels for this little project. We have 14. That's 18 more channels, right? So we got plenty of channel space. So we're going to have an interface. This interface is going to go into the radio hatch right there and give it a translocator with a diamond nugget. And we're going to be using plutonium 241 because 241 is, we can get this from out of thin air right now. Like we're mining this stuff right now. And then give it just 2. So I want you to stock with 2 at all times, and then give this a muffler upgrade because I've learned my lesson. This guy's loud. Thank you. And then cable. These guys are going to connect to you like that. And then we're going to give this a super tank to store up to 64 million right there. And then we need to give this input hatches. Let me see my screenshot if I can move it around. I think I want to give them separately. So I can probably just give you... Yeah, in the corners over here. Okay. And then each of the controllers need an activity detector. 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed it. Right there. Also, I think I even crafted some auto-taping maintenance hatches overnight. So you guys are ready? You go right here. And by overnight, I mean I logged in like a couple hours before I started the stream. And I was able to craft them. Make sure that this stuff never breaks because we want this to be repaired at all times. Otherwise, we get big bug. We don't like bugs in our automations. I just noticed that you said I drank it all. Was you referring to the sulfuric acid? No, don't go drinking sulfuric acid. It's bad. Okay. We're gonna need a couple of baby chests. I Don't know why it has 7, but it doesn't even have to be baby chests. It's just, why wouldn't I use them? We're also going to need these limited item filters, and a good amount of them too. Like 8, I think. There's 2 per bacterial vat. This is a blank assembly, right? Yeah, sure. Can we just put it right there? I need 8 of you. Oh no. Alright, so you need to make advanced item filters and comparators. Put it in the molecular ass. Right there. And then make 8 of them, sir, please. No, don't make me make Z-Logic controllers. I don't have this automated. Ugh. Oh, no. Fine. I gotta put this somewhere. I don't even know where to put it. You know what? We're gonna put it in the singles ready to mingle area. Yeah, you're going right here. It's probably super inefficient. Wait. Why are you here? I don't know, but you're stealing all your goodies. Right there. Does it even work like this? I could have sworn this worked in 1.12. Slice and splice. Alright, so these guys, it's like this. So if I try to put that there and try to craft the Z-Logic controller, does that work? I don't think it's working. Oh, it's working. Dude, you're slow as heck. You're so slow. Why are you losing power? You have IV power going in there. 4 amps of it, too. It might be because of... I tell you what, I can probably give this... I can do this here. This is the only Ender IO machine I have plugged in. Input. And then output. That seems to have worked. Okay. So we'll wait for this one to finish up. This is a little slow. You should be able to output. Yes. Okay, that works. I'm just going to walk away from this. And then I would like 8 of you. There we go. Let's continue. So baby chests, I'm going to put them 1 there. 1 there. No. The output. Got to put them where the output is. I could have sworn the output was somewhere else, though. That's fine. I can move it. I can adapt it. Yeah, I should be able to adapt it just fine. Right there. Let's get some conduits in. That's a fluid conduit. All right, we're crafting the energy hatches. And another thing I'm gonna need is the petri dishes. I got just enough. That's good. I should probably get to work on getting more of these petri dishes for the raw growth catalyst. We're using this recipe. And we need petri dish, this one. So this one is just bacteria and egg. Do I even have bacteria? And I got some, but I guess I'll just use what I have here. And then how do I get more bacteria? I'm not going to set this up unless I need to. The big egg. I might have to eventually. All of that to make dragon eggs? Really? No, I'm not going to worry about it. I actually have a ton of eggs in my backpack because I keep laying eggs. So there you go. Actually, yeah, you're repaired. Energy hatch. Each one is going to have a UV energy hatch. I can always upgrade that later. Just put them in the corners. Oops. There we go. Dream that. I can connect like that. Then connect together. Connect together. Down. Down. No, not there. I'm trying to make it symmetrical, even though it literally doesn't matter. Yeah. How are my limited item filters doing? You're so slow. This is really the only way to make them. You know what I'm gonna do? Just craft like 1,000 of them, so that I never have to worry about it. Oh. Yeah. Why don't I have zombie heads? I guess I'm gonna craft 100 of them. And I also don't have a recipe for solarium ingots. It's funny. I can just make this real quick. We're on the right path to getting rich. Soon. Yeah, throw all 256 in there, see if I care. Enjoy. Make 100. No solarium dust? Isn't that a meme? Two. I think I can 4. Yeah, like that. And this is circuit 2 in the mixer. This is something I haven't done yet, is set up, like fix up universal automation for the mixer. I do have circuit 2, which is good. Oh, right there. I'm starting to feel like I'm going to be eternity broke for the rest of the pack. I don't feel the same, mostly because I actually took the time to get away from level maintaining. Because like 2 days ago, we only had like 2,000 Nequatri. Now I have 87,000 over 2 days, just because I set up a couple of machines. It's so good, and I need to keep doing that. Because and these fluids over here are like the bacterial vat fluids. We desperately need to upgrade this. Yeah, I'll just ask for 100 Z-Logic controllers, and then I'll come back to it later. I'm at 2.2 million ingots and 1.8 million dust. Can I say the same? Level maintained. All right, I guess I just didn't do it correctly. That's also my fault. See, this is why I always say I'm a good example of what not to do. And also, if I can beat this pack, literally anyone else can. I'm like a below average player, let's be honest. I'm bumbling my way through things, but I'm still figuring it out. We're getting there. Oh, you even had it subnet. That's crazy. I don't even have that. Yeah, it's so crazy to think about how like I'm not drowning, but like it's really hard to progress because of a tech deficit that I've put myself in, purely self-inflicted. But it's still crazy to think about how the DTPF is only 2 quests away. That's crazy. Something as ridiculously large as this is only 2 quests away. So yeah, I gotta deal with this. Trying to get to this point is already ridiculous, and like we got a lot of work to do. Yeah, we're gonna craft 100 of these E-Logic controllers just so I don't have to worry about them if I ever need them, because I'm going to. But here are a couple of limited item filters. I think I just finally did the overhaul of it minus hatch swaps, the QFT. Yeah, I gotta. I'm gonna full passive the bacterial vats, and anything that's level maintained that I actively use so much of, I'm gonna try and full passive it. And my reasoning also is that full passiving it just means that there's gonna be a lot of byproducts as well. Xenoxine. What even is xenoxine? I've seen this before. This is this alien fluid thing. Oh, it's for opticals. You're gonna have to at some point. We need the opticals. Isn't it just farming wood though? Oh no, this is how you get Radox. Is that really the only way to get it? Space wood. It's the culture. That sounds funny. Oh, okay. I see this. Wait, do you actually have to do like tree research for this? I'm scared. I ain't gonna deal with it. Let's continue with what I was doing. So what this guy's going to do is we have these volumetric flasks. You are going to extract on always active on green and insert into here on green, but with a limited item filter. And with these flat, no, just one. Like that. And don't extract. I'm going to do the same thing for all of the other ones. Let me get my conduit probe. The thing I don't like about conduit probes is that they don't save the filter settings. So for example, if I gave this a filter and pasted, it doesn't like it. Anyways, each of these baby chests needs to have an insert filter with the 1818 volumetric flask and a limited item filter, so it is only able to put one of them in there. And that's for xenoxine. Yeah, I haven't really looked into it either. I saw some recipes that might be useful for me if we had Radox, but then I saw that it needed xenoxine. I didn't want to deal with it. I also just found Old Man Snitch's glitch Diablo. What are you talking about? What is that? Is that like a hot sauce? Oh, Allie would love to hear about that. Is that in 2.8? Look at uses for ambrosia. Oh, hell yeah. Temperatures, that's 999K. How hot is that? Minus 273 is in Celsius, right? Or no, plus. Oh, ouch. That's hot. Old Man Snitch's glitch Diablo. So does this really not show up in NEI? Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, wow. I think that's something Allie would like. All right, I need I need to what do the kids call it? Lock in, because I'm absolutely gonna mess this up if I don't set this up correctly. So they all have limited item filter with just one flask on insert. Yes, that's it. And then what we're going to do is extract on brown, but with active with signal. And I think that's literally it. And then go ahead and copy all of them with the same settings. Actually, you're going to need different colors because I don't want them linking up with each other. So they can all accept the flasks just fine, but these have to be different colors. Okay. And we'll go backwards then. So the first one will be red. And you will be 2. So I'm black. Because I only want this to connect to this, and that's it. I didn't think about that. White. And orange. And on active with signal. Okay. And then you're going to insert with whatever color you have. So red. But extract on, I guess I can use brown now, but without signal. Now go ahead and just copy paste all of them and change the colors later. Watch me forget to change the colors. So this one is going to be on white. This one is black. This probably doesn't make any sense for most people. It's okay, it doesn't make sense for me either. But we're learning how to do this together. Orange. Going to get red alloy. Why? I'm out of red alloy wire. Okay, make me a whole bunch then. I'm not gonna lie. I'm never gonna pretend like I know, like I know something if I really don't. How do I know it probably works? Because I played with it in single player for like 30 minutes. And then you can insert on brown. I'm setting up a way to fully passive the bacterial vats, and it's going to be slightly redstone controlled based on the activity that they give out when they're running, and using these volumetric flasks to output the right amount of fluid. Yeah, I joke around like I don't know what I'm talking about, but it did work. But I only tested one of them at a time. I don't know what's going to happen when I test all 4. And it's looking a little bit different than I set it up in single player world also. Oh, also before I forget. Yes, that's exactly why I'm trying to add redstone control to them and using exact flasks because of that logic. So I do have an understanding of it because that's exactly how we have it set up over here. This works just fine. And you'll see here this is not enough, but that's because if I add it together, you know, it is exactly enough. Half of the output is like that. But it's redstone controlled so that it only finishes whenever it's like actually done with the recipe. But this is level maintained, and I don't want to do that anymore. And also, there's only one of them. I'm going to be doing 2x2s from now on. So these guys also need an input limited item filter, but with ignore NBT data. So that if for some reason they pick up another bacterial vat's flasks, it actually won't. And this ignore NBT data does work when the flask has fluids in there. So that's why I needed the other 4 limited item filters. I have to turn off match NBT data to, like that. And hang on, I got to clear my throat. I think most late game players don't really bother because, yeah, it's you got other things to worry about than a couple of milliliters of lost fluid. But I'm trying to min max it. You always have to look up the actual math on the wiki. It's just 50%. And yeah, it's like it's totally fine to min max things. I think it's fun. So is that it? I can actually troubleshoot with the lever. Make sure they all work. And then get I need more of these volumetric flasks actually. Let's craft 4 of you. Oh, you're gonna make me lose my large tungsten steel fluid cells. These are so precious to me, but fine. I need 4 of you. 50% with the threshold based on recipe output versus output hash size. So as long as it has 50% and you have enough fluid to start the recipe at max, then you should be fine. Which does remind me. Oh, actually, let me get this first before I forget. So there's some extra control that I need to have. I need a fluid detector cover. I need to make a recipe for this also. But I need a fluid detector cover to tell the bacterial vat to prevent it from running if we don't have enough fluid. This isn't really important for distilled water because we have tons of this, but it's going to be important for the other stuff, for sure. This is circuit 1, right? Yeah. This equation is quadratic to reflect the derivative of the sigma. Nah, they straight put this in they just put whatever in ChatGPT and said give me the most brain rot explanation. Sigmoidal population curve. The ceiling operator, however, adds a small buffer around K2. Whatever that means, just keep it at 50% and you're fine. I've never heard of that word, sigmoidal. New favorite word unlocked. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, yeah, I gotta set all of these guys to 18,018. 50% with plus or minus output rate based on hash size. Okay. 1818. Yes, it all works. Okay. Let's get some mutagen to store up here. Just have a little bit in here. So if you output 505, I don't think EV hash works. Yeah, what I did, I just have enough fluid here to account for half plus the maximum it can output. So the half of this is 32,000 plus the maximum that it can output is 18,000, which is what 50,018, I think. And then I just went for the output hash that went just one more. There's one more parameter in larger recipes. Is there? I'm scared now. Oh, there's a lot of recipes. What the heck? Sounds like a future problem for future Bernie. Alright, I'm just gonna... So if I put these in here, they should all go into the respective storage spots, so only one of them is allowed, and it's going to wait for the actual bacterial vat to start. Okay. And I'm going to use a lever here to make sure it works. So it's waiting for the actual recipe to start. Eevee can have an output of up to 2023 and still work. Output hash can just be close to 50% capacity to reach the... So can you just get more? I don't understand. I'm gonna stick to what I have here because I don't know. I'm scared to change things. Anyways, let me make sure that this actually works. So pretend that the thing on larger outputs, the recipe stops being... Oh. So I guess it's a good idea for me to just choose the... Oops, sorry, I started it by accident. But actually, you're supposed to have some fluid in here. Let me just do this. So this guy's going to have that much, and then pretend the recipe is going to start, right? And then it's going to get that much fluid back whenever it finishes. So now the recipe has finished, and it has that much, and now it's just waiting for this thing to start again until it outputs in there. So I think it's already good to go. Yours failing on E. coli. Isn't that a good thing? You don't want E. coli. Honestly, I think it's okay. Let me fill up all of these guys here. This is pretty much how I had it set up for each one. I have half amount. Half amount. I'm gonna try this, and also I needed the wireless fluid detectors. 4 of you. It doesn't seem the quest book even mentions it. I don't know. I need, this is where it gets weird. I need the wireless redstone receiver internal. Because this also works as a machine controller for whatever reason. I don't understand why, but it seems to be the case. That's what this guy has. Redstone receiver internal. Yeah. And that's what these guys have as well. The big machines like the these guys over here. Advanced redstone receiver internal. They do work as a machine controller. So you're still talking about E. coli? Like, what is it even used for? Oh, the redstone cover. We're having like 2 different conversations here. All right, since Precarious here, the active chatter right now, I need you to suggest 4 numbers, and those will be used as a frequency. I have a document here that's going that I keep that I have open to keep track of them. So I'm gonna tell you off if it's already matching one. I just need 4 completely random numbers. Oh, are they? Oh, that'd be helpful. Sniffer. Nah. Of course. I'm not even surprised that you added that. But funny enough, we already have frequency 6969. It's on the NAC reactor actually. It's this one over here. Not this one. Let me show you what it is. Yeah, 6969. It's actually connected to every single one of these. And what I have going on is whenever any of these are empty. Yeah, whenever any of these are empty, it'll actually scream the howler alarm and tell basically the entire world, hey, your NAC reactor is not efficient. Because we need all those 4 fluids to make it efficient. That's why I have those. I don't want some horrible number for you. 1,000. I might even have 1,000. Mapiary activity is 1,001. That's so funny. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, this light is 1,001. All right, those are good. So 1,500. Actually, it's going to be Mutagen 1, Mutagen. I'm looking at off different monitor, by the way. Mutagen 2, Mutagen 3, Mutagen 4. And this is going to be 1,500, 1,501, 1,502, and 1,503. Got you. Sorry I'm being so weird about it. So I don't want to connect that yet because it's going to break. No, I'll connect the logic right now. Let me get these guys, but I won't connect it yet because I do need to do some bug fixing. Very happy 6969 is taken. And taken by probably the most important multi-block in this playthrough so far. Let's get my cables. I need some export buses. Just a couple more, actually. The heck? You don't know how to make lapis screws? How dare you? Now? I don't know, make 12. No lapis bolts either? How dare you? Cutting machine. Oh, that's probably why, because I took them off the cutting machine. Cutting machine's a little weird, because cutting machine, no fluid. That works. Because we have lubricant automatically in there already. I just keep going higher with the numbers. Oh, we're making black patterns. So things like this, that's probably going to be level maintained. Just some, important, like helpful stuff. Utility, right? Yeah, let's say that. All right, it's enough. So you are going to get right there distilled water. Okay. Now, how am I going to connect power to this? This is going to be kind of funny, but we're going to get a 64 amp dynamo hatch from this guy over here. Yeah, just give you right there. And then move a bunch of CPM superconductor cables. I still don't have a really efficient method of transferring laser power across the base. Make a bunch of you guys Each one is going to have a transformer. Yeah, you're fine. You're powered, right? Because you do power my ore factory, my integrated ore processor. This is now going to be the site of our second biblically accurate active transformer. The first one's back there. Is there anything else that's missing from these guys? No, you're all running fine, actually. That's good. So you're just waiting for power and to actually be built. So I should be able to connect you guys now. How many channels? But first of all, there's one. I'm going to guess enough on it. I'm not going to count. Hopefully it's enough. It should be enough, right? There's 1, 2, yeah. I think it's actually going to be exactly 8. I'm out of cables. I do need another channel for, what do you call it? Storage bus. Which actually I won't put yet because it's probably going to eat all of my mutagen. And then you are going to be plutonium-241 rods. Oh, that's where it's going to get weird. I actually don't have any plutonium rods. But just in case, this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1 more for the storage bus. So that's already all 8. And I can just double check like this. Yeah. 8 channels is all we need for this. What was I waiting for? Transformers. Oh, how much you want to bet it's because the I may have to turn on the streamer switch. So I did upgrade the EBF to consume even more power than it was before. So right now it's 1024 CPM amps, which is like 100 million. It's pretty much taking exactly as much power as we generate. So our base kind of has trouble keeping up with that. And so it's very often where it's like, okay, shut it off while I'm generating power. But just for a little bit, turn on the streamer switch and let's monitor it. And you'll see here, average EU in is 115 million or so. And then average EU out, once the blast furnace turns on, it starts skyrocketing. Yeah, there it is. I think we even break even. We're like pretty close to breaking even. Passive loss, 3,843. That's so funny. We're throwing away that much power when some early game players desperately need that. But it should mean all of my stuff is being cooked. Yeah. Okay, all the ingots are done cooking. I'll turn it off and just rely on that. Actually, turn it on a little more because I need that for the ass line. Finally tore out my 1,500 dragon eggs. So how do you get so many dragon eggs? And also, were you aware that you can actually go to Mars and use the creeper eggs? They do the same thing. You can actually use these for the Grandmaster Energy Absorber stuff. You can use these too. Essential B. There's 2 of them. This one doesn't even give you anything. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll leave the streamer switch running for a little bit. Let's get my transformers down, at least until I get enough CPM wire. So I'm going to be stepping up UV energy hatch. So one right there, there, and there. Soft mallet wrench. So soft mallet, and you face up. Face up. I'll never get over how good manipulator is. Precarious, our resident matter manipulator enjoyer. Facing up, transform up, facing up. Yes, okay. I can probably just give this a... Do I have... Well, what kind of dynamo hatches do I have? If I have an exact 16 amp one available, I don't. I guess you're going to stick with the 64 amp. Let's get to connecting. Actually, there's such a thing as 2x wire. Oh, there is. I hate doing this, and I'm not going to do it. I feel like it's going to cause fires. I prefer to match the, what do you call it? The amperage to the source. So the source is 64 amps. Even though I'm not going to use 64 amps, I think it's just better safe than sorry to assume that you're going to. I learned the other day you have to set sources. Yeah, it's just better. Better safe than sorry. Yeah. All right, understood. Let's do that. So I'm gonna plan to have the cables coming off of here. Yeah, let's just do this. So 1, 2, 3. And then go ahead and connect them to each other. I need more superconductor CPM wires. I'm over here, Mr. Moneybags, using strictly superconductor wires. What's the normal wire for at this point? Infinity. No. I don't even know. What's the ZPM wire? Infinity. No. Nakoda? That might honestly just be a better choice for me to be using instead of superconductors. Miss me with that. No. We're being rich over here. It's the equivalent to people flexing their cash whenever like they post on Facebook. Like, you're just mad I have $2,000 in hand. But that's not really, like, you're not actually rich. Same thing here. I'm using super expensive cables, but that's not even how rich I am. Is it Signalum? Excuse me, Signalium. No, this seems worse than Aqueduct. I think it's an Aqueduct. Oh, but I guess it can carry more amps per wire, something like that. I don't actually know. Oh, I got lost. You're gonna be right here. Boop. Right there. That's fine. It's actually not that expensive to make superconductor wires, and I'm only going this far out. Before I connect it and blow up everything, let's make sure. 64 amps ZPM, 96 amperage capability. And you're going into CPM transformer to step up. All of you are. And the most important thing, these are UV energy hatches, not ULV, right? Yeah. No explosions, not allowed. No, again, no explosions. All right. And a spray can with a cyan dye so I can actually see them. I managed to not blow up anything up till UV. I've blown some stuff. No, I think the last like major blow up was when I was kind of drinking on stream and I was a little buzzed. Yeah, drinking and GTH don't mix very well. Whenever I play my Be Right Back slides, one of them is actually me blowing up my machines. It's permanently there. I think we had a chat about this before. I know some people have come by and told me about their the fact that drinking and cragging is not always a good thing. Okay. So you all have distilled water. I'm going to try and connect it. This is going to be my first one. I'm going to connect you away from the energy thing. So I want the fluid threshold to be the minimum amount we want for the most efficient recipe, because I did prove that it will run the recipe if you have a little bit of fluid in here, and that's bad. So we want to do 72 times 1001. So 7, like that, right? 72 times 1001 is 7272. It's such a simple multiplication, but I'm still going to whip out the calculator. 772.072. And then, like Precarious mentioned, this is going to be frequency 1500. And then we give this guy to you. So now it's running, and it's not actually running yet because I didn't give this any infinity catalyst. How much do I even have actually? 117,000. I don't know if that's gonna be enough, but give it a try. Make sure before I actually get this started, you have enough fluid, right? This is the most important part, that you actually have the fluid in there. Let me reset my inventory. Never mind. You're not even going to start because you don't have the petri dish. There you go. Oh, it changes fluid depending on what kind of petri dish you have. Okay. All right. I think I'm ready to start. Extract on brown. Yeah, let's try it. Give you infinity catalyst. Wrong seed. Oh, no, duh. That's okay. I haven't done that yet. Take this out. Yeah, I have to set up an automated way of making the plutonium stuff. Another point for the matter manipulator stands. Was it 239 or 241? I forget. Let me check here. $241. So next step is to make an automated way of getting plutonium-241 rods. Full automated. And yes, it's going to be an extruder. I'll probably just set up a very simple recipe. Plutonium-241. This is just a furnace, right? You can just use a furnace for this. So it's going to be a multi-smelter, and like a single block extruder. It's very simple, but that's all it's gonna be. So let's get a multi smelter going. Multi smelter is multi smelter. Yeah, okay, I can't craft it. You're all right. Pattern terminal. There, you know, I need you to be these guys. Ew, no. Is it only annealed copper? Did they change it? I could have sworn you were able to use regular copper. Literally doesn't matter though. If I'm struggling to make annealed copper, then I got other things to worry about. All right, multi-smelter, and then you're going to need a bunch of copper nickel coils. And you're a cheap multi-block and heat-proof machine casings. We got plenty. All right, that shouldn't be too expensive. I say that and you're taking forever to craft. You're going to be right here. Oh, and you're going to get mad with the coils. That's fine. I'll build it manually. Only because we have like a million Nakoda coils, you're going to be using Nakoda coils. You absolutely do not need to use Nakoda coils, but you will. Cube it. Okay. We'll just do this, and then we need the heat-proof machine casings. I might as well start giving everything maintenance hatches, but this is a little more expensive. We're not at a point where we can craft these like reliably, so I won't, but I'll come back to that. Muffler. So the good thing is if I for some reason do run out of plutonium, then actually now that I think about it, if I don't want to worry about this, I can actually just use fluid solidifying. Doesn't this work with the dust? It does. So I can just use a single block to do this because this is really fast. So I don't and I don't really care about speed. I just need to have like one every minute or something like that. We don't need to worry about speed. So we're gonna use single blocks for this so that I don't have to worry about maintenance. So I need a solidifier. Actually, I do have one over here. yeah. All right, you're coming with me. It was for my anvils. I'm probably gonna want another one though. And then a melt fluid extractor, I think. A CPM one. Let's see, not extractor, I need a fluid extractor. That guy. Okay. And try to craft one, please. All right. I'm going to let this craft for a little bit and then take a quick break. It should be finished by the time I get back, but it's about that time, a little bit over an hour. Need to stretch my legs. You guys should too, and then refill my drinks and whatnot. Be right back. Perfect timing too, because the song just stopped. I try to plan for that. Anyways, be right back. A couple of minutes. Thank you. Do it. I have a whole pack of them here, just waiting to be used. This is so funny. I don't know how well that's gonna come out in the audio, but oh man, that's funny. Behind there. Oh, they are.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
No.
Get upstairs, get upstairs, get upstairs, get upstairs!
I'm blaming you for this.
No, get upstairs! I told you to be careful!
I'm not surviving this, dude.
No! Oh, dude, I'm stuck inside.
No, you said it was safe. I haven't heard those fart noises in a while because I haven't really grown much stuff. Alright, fine. I'll eat it. I don't know how well you can hear that. I got you. He wants me to feed the rubber band ball. That's the bag. I just have a whole ton of them lying around. And I've had this for like over a year. And I haven't done anything with it, but it's time. I'm going to bring it as a member of the stream. Do 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 do. And there's mistakes the past won't alone, and I'm sure I'll answer for them when I'm gone. Okay, so we're gonna have the machines probably to the sides of each other. We'll do it like this. So the first one is going to be fluid extractor, and then the other one is fluid solidifier. And the solidifier is going to push the rods into some sort of storage, probably not too many. What's a good storage medium? I mean, can I just give it a baby chest? I don't actually know a good storage I can give it. Am I really gonna need that much? What else is this used for? You're not really used for much. Yeah, you're not really used for much. I don't think I have to worry about it. I don't think I even need to give it a chest. Nah, we move it one more block then. So you're going to be fluid extractor 2 and then solidifier. And I'm going to need a mold for this. A rod mold. And I can't. Can I craft this by any chance? Oh, I can. Yeah, and then I just make a pattern for this. because I don't want to do this myself. So we do have a spot for the solidifier blank. That's where that'll go. Thank you. So you're going to have that. You're going to have a wrench. Output. Output. I want you to output your fluids over here. And then do not item auto output. I'm just going to leave a buffer in the solidifier itself. That's what I'll do. Let's get my qubits facades and my cables plugged in. So one right there. Connect to that. Yeah, like that. And then one more time right here. Right there. So what you're going to have is a exporter. And let me connect you to our actual network. I think I should have enough channels. Right there. And then you're going to take plutonium to whatever. 241. Yeah, this stuff. Because I think this is the one that we're getting from mining already. Yeah. So export that. And then you're going to turn that. Oh, I should probably plug you into power. You should have enough power also. Like that. Go ahead and color them. And you did hear it running. That's good. Alright, then you're going to solidify into a bunch of rods. Give you a storage bus. Set this up to like that. Do extract only. And the actual rod. Okay. So right there, now we have a stack of plutonium rod. It's 241s available. And that's it. Now, what you're going to do is always have this on ready. I might be able to give this a redstone card, though. If this is full, then don't run. Yeah, I can do that so that we don't actually output. So let's give this a redstone card. Do you not accept it? Hang on. Uh-oh. Does the interface not accept redstone cards? How would I do this otherwise? I might be able to tell you, actually. Let's try this out. Let's give you a redstone. Let's get a piece of redstone here. We only have 18 million, okay. So if I stock you with this much... Uh-oh. It still ran, and I don't know why. I didn't think it was supposed to. I can probably just give it a signal. Because I don't want this to run all the time. I only want this to run when we actually need the items. It's always going to try to stock 2 at a time. Let me think about this. Let's give this a fluid detector. We also don't really have the channel space to do this unless I... No, let's just stick with the super tank here to do that. And then give you a redstone. Now, I just want to know what the redstone does to this thing. So if I give you redstone and then take you out, maybe it's reverse logic. Oh, it is. Okay. So let's try this. I'm assuming you work the same as well on the other side here. If I removed you... Oh, oops. Oh, no. No. Yeah, only regulate 2. What are you doing? Not all of you. Like that. Yeah. Give you some redstone. And then... I mean, I can probably just give you red outlet wire right here. Right? Yeah. And I want this to only turn on when we have our invert. So that's 64 million. So that's 64. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do that. And then once it turns on, it'll actually flip itself. So if I can simulate it like this. Never mind. Should be able to simulate it like this. So whenever it actually reads 64 million, it'll turn this on and stop outputting. Yeah. Okay, so that means I don't actually non-stop output into here. And then this is just going to keep running, give us our plutonium. And then I just got to make sure that, well, this thing has a lot of fluid storage. That's fine. Just got to make sure that we don't run out of plutonium, but I'm pretty confident that we won't. We have 200,000. 205,000. Let's remember that number. If overnight I see more, that means we can reliably produce more, because we do get it from mining. Like right there, but let's just keep an eye on it. I mean, I do, right? Let me confirm. Yes. I'm going to reset my inventory here. And then let's try to turn this guy on. Make sure it works. Give you infinity catalyst dust. And now you're running. So if I check here. Did I not give it? Hang on, I think it's missing a cell somewhere. Hang on. Value. Oh, I think it is missing a cell. Let's take this out. Yeah, because right now it should have... Oh, no, it's there. It's there. I guess it took a while to update. Right, never mind. So now it's attempting to craft, and whenever it finishes crafting, it'll take it out and put it back. Now, it should work with just one, but I don't know what happens if it does... like, how do I say it? If it does more than... I'm getting lost in my words here. If more than one machine runs. Now, one thing I didn't really account for is what happens if this gets full. And I think what I can do is just stop the extract of cells. Like that. That way, if it ever receives the cells, it won't make any more. I think that's what I want to do. I hope this connects. Let me, like, really make sure that it does, though. should be able to just do this, right? Let's confirm with a lever. So now that's on, so I'm no longer outputting those, and let's just wait for this guy to finish. Another 20 seconds. Okay. And you should be able to output whenever it actually finishes. And then restart. Yeah, so you finish, you have enough mutagen to start another craft. And this guy is no longer outputting because it is stuck. Nice. So I can break this, and I'm going to assume this works. I'm not going to try it if it otherwise. I'm just going to trust that it works like that. Now, I think this does mean that this guy is going to keep running. He's going to keep running unless we tell it to stop running. So how can I control it to do that? I think that would be these stocking input buses. I don't think they work. I didn't think about this. Hang on. Because we don't want them to run if this is full. So I would have to take advantage of this fluid detector to tell this whole setup to stop running. That's a good question here. How do I do this? Wouldn't it just be another receiver? I don't think so, though. This is tricky. Maybe a machine controller? Let me check the machine controller. Machine controllers is only one thing, right? Like, you only have the machine controller itself, and that's it. Yeah. Because the other option would be to just make sure that it keeps running and then output. I don't know, actually. Let's figure this out after I actually plug in everything. Let's do this first. Let's get them all running and then keep an eye on our little setup. So right now I want this to... Let's work on this one first. So this one is like this, and you're going to be set up to 72072 on frequency 1501. So if there's enough water in there, then you're going to work. And then I'll go ahead and give you... I'm going to try and be symmetric here. You're on top. Try to give you on top. This guy. To analog mode, and then 1501. So you should start. No, because you don't have the Petri dish. Okay, so I think that one's good to go. And then I'll do the same over here. You need to have infinity catalyst dust. And then we have to tell this guy to work whenever we have enough fluid. So this one is 72072 on 1502. Give you this guy. Set this on analog mode and 1502. And then give you a Petri dish. There you go. Now you are going to be weird because we have it level maintain. So I'm going to take off the level maintain. Over here for mutagen. Take it off. Don't craft it anymore. We want this full passive, and I'm going to take the petri dish from this guy. You have been confiscated. Now you are going to have the signals again. So you need over here. So you're on 1503. 012 0123. Yeah, 3. 72072. 1503. And then you connect to that. And then 1503. Why aren't you starting? Go. You need the petri dish. Okay. And then I'm going to watch it for a little bit. Make sure it doesn't break. I know it doesn't break when we have 18018 on all of them. 18018, yes. So far it looks like it is doing okay. So that one's waiting for an output. This one's waiting for output. This one's waiting as well. And you should also be waiting for output. Yeah. Okay. Now, one thing we need to figure out is how am I going to tell the setup to stop working? One thing I can do is, like, again, make sure that none of the outputs go. But then there's still going to be residual fluid in there. And that's going to prevent, like, these guys from working. Only use this mode with one transmitter in total. So one thing I can do is just have a big signal and then use on AND mode, I think. Do I really need that much control though? We already have a lot of mutagen in there. You know what? Let me get the rest of the mutagen in here. Let's give this a storage bus for mutagen. And give this a cable. No, you're going to be filtered to mutagen. Like that. So now we have 1,400, 14 million. Or 1.4 million, yeah. Alright, we have a long time until this does it. I mean, the other thing I can do is just void it. So that it's always running. But I don't want to do that. Because, yeah, that's going to cause some issues. Let me check here. I have an idea, and I don't know how I feel about it, though. Only use this mode with one transmitter in total. So, I can have multiple transmitters, and I think how this works, I can play around with this, actually. And set this up on AND gate, so both of them have to be active for it to work. Otherwise, this thing won't work. But that means I'm going to have, like, extra control down here. Which is honestly not really a problem. I can just extend it like that. Yeah, let's figure it out. I want to learn how this works. So let me get a bunch of transmitters and a bunch of receivers. We're gonna learn some things here. Let's do both of these guys. Get some frame boxes to actually plug this in. Yeah, black steel works. And a couple of levers. sure. So this is what I want to test. Let's say I have one redstone receiver and 2 transmitters. I'm going to set these frequencies to something weird, like, I don't know. Like, oh, actually, I think I broke it. Let's do 1 million. Actually, does this work? Oh, it does. Okay. And then you're also to 1 million. So you're going to have to give you a lamp so I can visually see it. So let's say I give both of these like this and like that. And I set this to AND mode. So if I understand this correctly, that means both of them have to be on. Oh, look at that. So they both have to be on for it to turn on. And if I set this to OR, that means only one of them has to be active. And if they both are, that's fine. Okay. And then NOR is the same thing, except I think it's if turn off if any of them are active. Yeah. See, it is a useful thing for me to study. It's just what was I trying to say? This is another good example of why it was a good thing I studied digital logic design. NAND gate. NAND gate is what? Only turn on if both are off? Only turn off if both are on. Yeah, it's the opposite of AND. Okay, so we're looking for AND. Okay, so I have an idea here. I just need a bunch of redstone transmitters. Actually, 4 of them, and I have 4 right here. Why are you powered? Maybe it turns on by default if there's nothing in the frequency. Maybe. Maybe it's like it's protecting against a null check. Okay, so I can give like a whole bunch of you over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to add you. All 4 of you. And you're all going to be the ones that we plugged in. So this is 1501. 1500, right? Yeah, 1500, 1501, 1502, and 1503. So I think it's NOR gate that I want. If these guys... Actually, hang on. Both are on. I think this needs actually a NOT gate. Because if I have it on yeah, you need a NOT gate. Let's do this. Okay. And then frame box. So pretty much this means if I have it on AND mode, if this ever turns off, that means this is full, which breaks all of the ANDs for each of these controls, which means none of them should be turning on. It's a big should. Like that. And then I'm going to tell each one of these, set them to AND mode. I believe. I believe too. I mean, in my head, it makes sense. So this thing is not running because something broke, and I think it's because it's struggling with enough fluid, or maybe it's just not running. Hang on a minute. So let me get out of here. And gate. So they're all off now. 1818, 1818. Why is that guy off? He shouldn't be off. What's your frequency again? 1502? 1502, yeah. Normal mode. I mean, I could have also just used inverted mode instead of a not gate, but that's fine. It's fine. 1502, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is on, and then you should also be triggering because you're relying on this guy over here. And you have enough distilled water, so you should be running. Let's look at the other ones. If they shut off, then maybe they broke. I wonder what this guy's doing. If it doesn't start, I don't know, power it. Not enough fluid output space. Uh-oh, that's not a good thing. It broke already. That's what it is. Uh-oh. The spaghetti is spilling out of my pocket. Do people still say that? I think what happened was this guy got stuck in here. I'm not too sure why. It's how much do I want to take out of here? 62330 minus 32,000 is 30 that's really hard for me to say. But 3330. Oh, come on. 18. Are you getting a redstone signal where you're not supposed to? That might have happened. Okay, something to do with this is not making it work, and I don't know why. Gate mode should be on AND gate. Oh, you know what? You'd think it's because this is on external. Is there okay, this is where it gets weird. Maybe that's what it is. I think I need to give these transmitter internals. Whatever that means. Because otherwise it just doesn't work correctly, I don't think. I think I can just, yeah, do that. We're going to figure this out. I got to min-max this. We're going to do it. Promise. Right there. Okay, how about now? It's still not working. Let me make sure that they're all set up correctly. They have all reset correctly. I don't know what happened with that one. Maybe because it tried to run too much and it just freaked out. Chromatic glass is... What even is chromatic glass? I've heard about that. Oh. Oh, we can actually make this already. Oh. I won't worry about it right now, though. So, I wonder if it's freaking out because of this. Wireless fluid detector cover. Can only connect with advanced wireless covers. That's literally what I'm using. Advanced wireless. You are transmitters, right? Uh-huh. And you are being powered. But it's not working. Why not? You think we found a bug? It's weird because if I turn it on for just a little bit, it actually turns on, which makes no sense to me, but... Advanced redstone receiver. The other thing we can do, try switching to private frequency on everything. They are a bit buggy. Okay. This is 1501. Did that start it? Why? Why? Let's set this to private then. All right, fine. All private. All private. 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 This is the most redstone control I've ever done for any mod pack ever. You didn't even know you can cover frame boxes. I mean, I only know that because it actually says so on the tooltip of any frame box. It just says just something you can put covers on. So that's what I've been doing. I read good. What's Kona? So this guy started even though everything is on private mode. But then none of the others did. What the heck? Why? In my head, this is perfect, but why don't you work? It can't be user error. No, I think it's bug. Like, it just makes sense to me. You have the right signals. Either I don't understand how these work, or it's bug. Now, why are you turning on? Okay, I'm gonna get so mad if it... I'm not actually gonna get mad, right? But wouldn't it be really funny if only this one works now? There's also a small chance that it just breaks if you don't hit enter on any of them. I've seen that before. Like AE2, it won't save the settings until you hit the enter button. Maybe that's what it is. I'm going to watch this for a little bit, and then in 15 seconds, if it starts again, then it's cursed. I don't understand. All right. Now you don't work. Why not? What if I press enter, retype all of them? Imagine if that worked. It was highlighted. You see that? What if that was the issue? Damn, I thought it was. And it only worked that one time also. It stopped working after it finished. Yeah, they just stopped working. It's really weird. I can easily just give it analog mode, right? But that wouldn't be a good idea either. I don't know if I'm understanding how these redstone receivers really work. I would imagine that should work, but for some reason it is not. Let me try something. You're all advanced, right? Advanced redstone receiver internal. It's really the only one that makes sense. Is there any other internals? Transmitter internal. What's the difference? Maybe that's what it is. It's both connecting and then make this should be external maybe. Let's try this. And also private. I haven't tried this yet. 1500, enter private frequency. 1501, enter private frequency, and then we keep going. 1502, enter private frequency. 1503, enter private. So they all started, but that's because nothing else was plugged in there, so we're going to have to wait for this to finish up again. So we'll come back here in 100 seconds. How's our plutonium doing? I don't remember. Did I say 205,000 or 203,000? I'll watch this for a little bit. Because I think I was trashing a whole bunch of it. How much mutagen do I even have? 1.7 million. It's steadily building up. There's a lot of mutagen in here for whatever reason. Let's take it out. Oh, that was for the B stuff. That's right. What I'm also going to do is store 2 empty cells of mutagen as an emergency, so I can jumpstart this and make sure that we actually have enough, like 50% fluid, in case things go wrong. And based on how janky those receivers are, then yeah, we probably want to do that. Our emergency supply of mutagen. Leave it right there. All right, we have about 30 seconds left, and then we'll see if it breaks everything. I wonder why this one like gained too much fluid. Maybe because it didn't get a cell in time and it just generated too much of it. I don't know. All right. Oh. I mean, they started. It looks like they started. Sweet. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you have to like forcibly put enter. Now they stopped working. Maybe because it doesn't have enough fluid. Yeah, it did not have enough fluid, and now it should have enough fluid, and the signal is on now. Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like if you have an internal signal, I think that's like activity detector or something like that. I don't really know what the internal signal is doing. And maybe it's because transmission private and pressing enter. I don't know, but like one of those. We tried so many things. Maybe one of those fixed it. I have no idea. But it sounds like we might have an issue where if one of these gets the extra... Actually, no, we should be okay. I'm going to leave it here, honestly. We'll come back to it. If it has issues, then that's something I'll probably have to fix off camera. But I'm going to rely on this and just assume that it works. It's a lot of work to get this going. I may have to speed up our plutonium production. Maybe not so much, because we have it stocked up now. 203,000. Let's keep track of this. If I come back later on and I see this number less than 203, then that's telling me we're not producing enough plutonium, and I probably have to set up a miner for it somewhere. Because we do have it being mined in Barnard F, and we have a miner there. Vega B, I don't think we have a miner here, but I can always just throw a miner there later. And then I have to do this like 3 more times. I'm not very confident that it's reliable. Look at all this mess just to set this up. Wow. I'm gonna leave this. Yeah, let's just leave it here for a while and then come back to it if I notice some issues. But I'm gonna trust that it works. Let's maybe commit to it and delete this. And I can use this. I can harvest it for goodies, especially a free, not a free, but a maintenance hatch here is gonna help us out. I can harvest it for energy hatch as well. Oh, look at that. Free UHV energy hatch. Hell yeah. And then take a pump out of this. That's everything, right? Yeah. Harvest it for its goodies. Thank you. And then just throw everything in storage, and then I'll deal with it later. So I want to do this, 3 more times. All right, this is kind of a big project. Oh no. Did you break? 1818, 1818. I mean, so far it's running okay. I'll leave it here. Let's try to set up the other ones. So we're going to need, the next one is going to be the raw growth, whatever. this stuff. Yeah, we're already running low on this because we're using it so much to make the other things. So, and then this also means we're gonna have to produce every single thing passively. It's gonna be a little rough, but we can do that. So we're going to need a group of 3 bacterial vats. We already have one. I'm gonna take the activity detector off of this one. Make 3 more. And this is the recipe I'm going to use. Or should I just bum rush it until a quantum force transformer? Honestly, how bad is this? Pretty bad. Never mind. No. We're not anywhere near that. Raw growth catalyst medium. We're going to use. It's really bad. Yeah, we're going to use this recipe here. It's got even worse tiering. What does that mean? I'm going to need a couple of these petri dishes. And I'm going to need more. Oh, okay. I didn't get a single one, so I got to produce more bacteria. Ew, I am not doing this. So, oh, we can craft it. I don't know. Can I make like 1,000,000? Nope. 10K? Yes. We make it. I should really stop checking it because, you know, what's that theory that things in observation change their behavior? Yeah, no. I already want to double my activators. How tall are yours? I got 64 blocks right now. I think you're talking about these. Yeah, I just went with 64. These are really good. I think they actually complete whatever recipe they have in one tick. Or yeah, I know one of them is 1 tick speed. They're really fast. I think 64 is a pretty good number to have. So I'm not going to set up everything like the actual this stuff here because I think the bacterial vat takes a while to set up and I don't want to do another one. But I will set up everything else to get to it. Like all of this stuff. All of this should be passived. So let's try doing that. I just think they look dumb that tall. Oh, it's absolutely. I prefer to have taller than going into bedrock. It makes it look like a skyscraper. That's why I like it. Is my bacterial done? No, it got stuck. In a brewery? What's wrong with you? Hang on, you might need a screwdriver here. Input from output allowed. Maybe it doesn't accept enough items. Why aren't you working? 1 growth medium. Oh. This might be broken in one of the in a mixer, I think. Yeah, this guy. Mulch is way out here. Are you stuck here? The heck are you doing here? What is this? Oh, it might be stuck here. This has had issues before. Where Oh, I see what it is. So we have a reservoir hatch for the wash plant. Yeah. So that recipe shouldn't even try to push water into there. I'm surprised it worked until now. Yeah, it's trying to push water, but it doesn't need to because it already has the reservoir hatch, so don't do that. I'm surprised that's just breaking now. I get that. I know I had that issue too because before I moved those activator towers over here, they actually did I even take the water out? I did, right? Yeah, I broke it. Let me craft this a bacteria so I can finish my thought before I forget. So before I put the activators over there, they were in this building, the old Platline building. And yeah, I actually broke the roof and then they stuck out of their roof. So I get that. We still have one more that's not quite expanded yet. But if I need to, then I will. I probably will because, yeah, I get you. I guess it depends on personal build style and how your base is laid out. Like it's like mine, it doesn't really matter. I prefer to have it stick out of the sky like that. It's fine. So this is gonna give me a lot of bacterial sludge, and I don't know what to do with this. And what I'll do with it is nothing at all. I won't bother with it. Yeah, that's what it was. Now it can craft mulch just fine. All right, we'll wait for the bacteria to build up, and then let's try to continue with our lines here, getting more machines. So how many channels do I have here? I think it's 26, right? 25. Yeah, 25 plus 1 is 25. So we have about 7 channels left. Sounds like there's just a couple more machines I can add over here. So we need something for minced meat, which is just a macerator, I think, with... How am I making mincemeat? Why do I have so much of it? The heck? Oh, it's because before I was making it automatically through fishes. Yeah, through these fishes. So I just have a ton of it built up. Otherwise, I get it through the the fishery over here. Agar. Not quite. It's gonna be a big project. So this guy is, I think he's already passived. And he's giving us a bunch of stuff. Gelatin is in this chain, yes. So I'm getting the excess. So I get rotten flesh from this guy, the fish farm, the Zuhai fishing port. No, you don't. And I set it to circuit something, circuit 15, and before I set it to another circuit. I think it was the one that gave seaweed instead. I forget. But we are generating rotten flesh. So let me set this up here. So I need a way to get all of this stuff here. So how I'm getting rotten flesh or minced meat is I do have a recipe to craft it, and it tries to make it into blocks of flesh because rotten flesh itself does not turn into minced meat. You have to put it in a block, and then it turns into minced meat, which makes no sense, but that's cadaver and putrescent. What is this? Oh, never mind. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to turn rotten flesh directly into... What is this? What does this make? Nothing. Unless you can just craft it into mincemeat. It doesn't look like it. I wish you could, though. That's fine. So we just need to compact it. So we need a macerator to turn this into blocks of flesh. Over here, actually. So we need to make this. And this is in a compressor. I'm probably just going to use single blocks for this, I think. Like, what's stopping me from using single blocks? Because this is really fast already. Like, I don't think I need multi-blocks for everything unless I need tons and tons and tons of stuff. Let's do it. Single blocks are also less channels. So we need a compressor. I'm still going to rely on CPM single blocks, though. Yeah, this guy. Kidding, worthless chemistry. Or I can also just stick with LUV. Single blocks if I need them. I'll stick with LUV. How about that? And if it's something I need like a ton of it, then I'll move up to CPM or multi-blocks. But it's because LUV stuff is cheap, so I need a compressor and a macerator. So one of you, and then a compressor. The great return to single block spam. I honestly thought I would never return here. I highly doubt, though, that it's gonna bite me. That's gonna bite me in the butt. Let's be honest. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be like out there in the distant future of the mod pack and like complain like, wait, how come my stuff is not, passiving fast enough? I should be fine though, because this is temporary up until we get the quantum force transformer, and then I'm just gonna automate that guy, which is a non-zero amount of distance away from us. That's absolutely what I'm gonna be doing for the fluids here. So until then, we can stick with single blocks. So let's get a qubit over here. And then what's taking you so long? Right there. How's the streamer switch? Is that, did I leave it on? Oh, I left it on. Our base didn't shut down, right? We're fine. I'm gonna turn it off for a little bit though, just in case. The streamer switch is important because of the blast furnace. It consumes so much power. And if you don't watch out, it's gonna hurt. Actually, circuit crafting is cheap. What if I take a step away from that and increase the speed of these guys? And what about you? Circuit assembly line. I think you're already UHV. And I don't think you're the problem, but like, LUV circuits can be a little slow. Oh, you finished. Never mind, let's continue. Sounds like an off-camera thing. Okay, so to turn rotten flesh into minced meat, we have to give it to a compressor to make the blocks and then throw it into a pulverizer to actually make the minced meat. I don't think there's any other use for rotten flesh. Don't think so. So I'm going to give this a super chest because I can. There we go. 64 million mincemeat. Sure. All right. So output, and then gonna connect all the input output to this stuff. Of course, connect it with qubits so it looks cool. So Precarious, would you say we're more or less around the same space, like the same spot in the mod pack? Oh, that's cool. I think you're one of the few individuals where I can actually say I'm on par. But it's still cool, even though we're kind of in the same place. There's still differences between us. For example, like you're talking about chromatic lens. What are you even using chromatic lens for? Like I have no use. Your time has laser mirror. Oh, forgot about that. Wait. You're saying I can use this instead of instead of this? Wait. Also here, wait, this just saves me 2 laser sources. Probably still want that. Yeah, there is like 12, like I think it's 1.2 trillion power stored in here or something like that. It lets you split later. All right. I mean, I think I do want to split because we're not really using this. How about this? Whenever I upgrade it, I'll do that. Because I'm not going to add any more machines out here at all. So this doesn't actually matter. I just need to push the capacitor. And I think I think what I'm also going to do whenever I get access to wireless power, I think I'm just going to move our energy production somewhere else because it's kind of weird that it's all the way over there. It makes no sense and all the machines are over here. I just haven't felt like moving it because I didn't want to break my entire network. Anyways, let's get a transformer going. Step down transformer. Plot mine directly next to my LSC. Okay. Let's do this. And I need more CPM. I think I need another good amount of these cables. So let's do the math here. This itself is 64. Not 64 CPM. It's 16 CPM. This is, I'm just going to treat it as 1 each, even though it probably isn't. So 18 ZPM amps, and I have 64 coming out of here. So I have plenty of amperage. I think this guy alone can support basically any machine that I feel like. Yeah, you should be good. But I need to power bad at the time. To be fair, I just buried it underground where you can't see it. Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Totally respect that. So I think I'm going to have the power 1 under this. Yeah. Right here. Move them soon to be determined. Yeah, I love that. That's so funny. All right, we just need a couple more of these guys. I that's one thing I've always thought about. Is there gonna be a time where I have to move my? Oh, is this exactly enough? Damn, one more. Like, there's probably gonna be a time where I have to move my LSC. I just haven't bothered. And it makes moving stuff so easy. I haven't heard about that. I'm joking. Yes, I have. See, this is why the streamer switch is important. All my ingots stopped crafting because it saved the base got saved. Have you heard the good news? What? Matter manipulator's good? No, I haven't heard. Sir, I just need one cable. Just one, please. Hurry up. Burning, just use Nakodan. Nuh-uh, I'm strict. I'm gonna use only ZPM. May I come in and talk to you about our Savior then? There's gonna be a whole religious thing about that, right? While I'm waiting, I might as well plug this in. So we're gonna give this, what do you know? Yeah, superconductor. We're only using superconductors out here. Output LUV. Just like that, yeah. And then we're gonna paint it. So this guy is going to get CPM power. Magenta is our color for LUV. Just to tell me that is, yes, sir, that is a different power. Don't go plugging into something else you're not supposed to, because that's a big boom waiting to happen. Okay, I think we actually, yeah, we got them. I just need one. Thank you. Okay, no explosions. Probably should have triple checked, but you know, double checking is enough sometimes. All right, so give you an export bus. You are going to accept rotten flesh. Why aren't you working? Oh, yeah, you probably need... Oh, you need 9. Of course you do. You have an acceleration card because I can't wait. And then give this a storage bus. Only store mincemeat into here. And that's it. Okay. We'll put this guy away. Get some cable facades going. It's going to be very loud. Acceleration cards, I'll just go ahead and give you that, sure. Do export buses accept these? No, it's only the fluid ones. That's so mean. Probably because it only already does one stack at a time. Okay, so this is gonna build up with mincemeat over time. So that's mincemeat accounted for, but I still have to actually plug it into our network. So this is gonna consume 2 of our precious channels in this area. Okay. I'm gonna have power coming off of the bottom. Like that. It's gonna switch it up a little bit because how I had it before was actually power coming in from over here. And maybe I will actually, because multi-blocks like to do that. But no, I'll do it like this for now. Things are just gonna be connecting left and right everywhere. All right. So if I check my mincemeat, this is building up. All right. So that's mincemeat accounted for. Sweet. Salt. And calcium, I think this just comes from the mob, or from the ore miner. So I don't actually have to deal with this. And calcium, same thing. I don't think I have to deal with this. No. Alright, next up is agar. This is a mixer. Now, because this is a HV recipe, and it's kind of slow, I think I do want to set this up. But I gotta set up down the chain, so I need gelatin. Which need, yeah, this is slow. I think the rest of this is going to be multi-blocks. We are automatically making phosphoric acid. And then we need collagen. No, we're doing this recipe with the bones, because we also produce bones from here, I think. Yes. Yeah, we're also getting bones, so we use the bone recipe, so there's less processing. So, this one's first, collagen. So really, it's only one use, right? Yeah. So chemical reactor is first. Not there. I'm gonna go right here. You're gonna be so annoying. Oh, shush. Thank you, thank you. A little bit of peace of quiet. Right there. Okay. You're going to need a energy hatch. I mean, is CPM really necessary? Yeah, just give it CPM. That's fine. And then a bunch of maintenance hatches. Make this run way faster than you reasonably should. And then everything else is on the bottom. So I don't actually think we're producing diluted sulfuric acid anywhere, now that I think about it. I think we just have a ton of it backed up, but we are not actually making it. Like, it's a byproduct only. So should I set up something to do this? Probably should, right? What's a good recipe to do this? I can use water and sulfuric acid. But do I really want to do that in a mixer to do this? Because trying to think here. I don't think so. Is it worth it to even mix? Yeah, we're going to have to. I'll set up a mixer for sulfuric acid, because that's really the only thing you can use, right? Yeah. You can't work in a chemical reactor otherwise. I mean, I can also use hydrogen sulfide we get from oil. But I think that just defeats the purpose, because we're not really doing that anywhere. You sure you don't work in a chemical reactor? Doesn't look like it, no. No, I think the best bet is just to make a mixture. But I think this one's going to be redstone controlled, so if we have like less than, I don't know, 10 million let's say 10 million diluted sulfur in the system, then it's going to go ahead and produce it. So let's set this up first. We need a mixer. Me adding all of these multi-blocks is making it so that I actually have to add more molecular assembler crafts. For example, yeah, this stuff. Not 1,000 tubes, just one. Thank you. You're going to need a bunch of these multi-use casings and titanium turbine casings. Can I? Multi-use casings, I got plenty. Let's make another 100. And titanium turbine casing. I don't know, 20 of them, sure. How many channels do I have? Might be running low on channel space, and I'm going to have to do something about that, I think. I'm going to need another stocking input bus, by the way. Or hatch. I can already craft it. I'm not complaining about that. But we're running out of channel space. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to use just enough to max this out. We have 4 channels left. And then we'll continue with this. So let's go ahead and add the stuff here for this recipe. For collagen. Collagen is 1, 2, 3. You need all 4. Well, I'm going to void the water. I don't care about water. So void excess fluids. Give you an energy hatch. So you need a stocking input. Stocking is make a whole bunch of you because they keep running out. And I'm going to use so collagen is really only used for one thing. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have just a simple, like an output bus that can store 16 stacks, and that's it. And then just throw in a storage bus on there, and so that's as much as I'm going to store. I think that's what I want to do. Because you don't really need that much agar per recipe, right? And this is also really slow. And this does make a lot of it. Yeah, we'll try this for now, and then we'll see if it's going to be too slow. But this guy's just going to be a regular output bus. Let's get a stocking bus going. Stocking and stocking right here. Connect those two, and then expand this guy over. You're going to be a simple storage bus. And you're only going to have collagen extract only. So the fluid input you're going to have is diluted sulfuric acid. You're also going to have minced meat and bone. I should be able to start it, but you don't have any power. So let me go ahead and connect power. Right there. 24 footprints a day. Okay, I think you should be good to go now, right? Yes. You're avoiding excess water because I don't care about it, and you're going to make me some collagen. And you're going to get piled up in here. It's actually a slow recipe, geez. I wonder why it's so slow. You have a ton of diluted sulfuric acid. Okay, anyways, let's get the mixer going. I should have enough. I should have it crafted. Yes, I do. There we go. I can already tell I'm gonna love the matter manipulator. Because even something as like simple with as the structure hologram projector, this is already pretty good also. Now just imagine. I can only imagine how great the matter manipulator itself is gonna be. Love one. I'm only saying that oh, you're a little slow. Multi-use casing. I was only saying that I really enjoy the schematic and how it's able to just plop down it's just able to plop down in most of a multi-block if you have like the stuff in AE2. And if that's good, and if I'm liking that, I'm gonna love the matter manipulator. It sounds like right there. So I need a stocking input for this. Is going to be for sulfuric acid, but only when it doesn't have enough. So this is also going to be redstone controlled with a machine controller. I'll enable with redstone. So you are going to be a stocking input. And you're going to have I need to make sulfuric or diluted sulfuric acid in here. So you're going to have, well, I mean, if you need water, just give it a reservoir hatch. But you're also going to need sulfuric acid. Now I think I have one more channel here. 30, 31. I got one more channel. I can just give it to this guy. So that's the last channel, and then if I need more, then I just have to increase or add another wireless connector and just keep going. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it twice, where the center block is going to have wireless connector, and then I keep expanding left and right until I run out of channel space, and then I just keep going. Yeah, I'll just do this for now. I would love to add more active transformers, and I think I would later on, though. Anyways, what this guy's going to need is a output hatch, because you're going to be generating this recipe here. You also need a program circuit, because you don't have an item input. So you can have that. You're going to have an output hatch. But I do need to connect a pair of wireless connectors together. And also a what's it called? How do I detect an item? Level emitter? Yeah. do this. So the next one is going to be right here. Guess I'll put you right there. It's just there really isn't a plan to the wireless connectors. And I don't know if that's going to be an issue later. I really don't know. All right, so you can be, just for the sake of not connecting into here, I'm going to give this a different color though, which is gray. Like that. And I'm going to need the level emitter. Not lever emitter. Level emitter. So I want this to activate only when there's less than enough sulfuric acid. And I'll give this like 10 million. Like that, right? Yeah. Emit when levels are below. Yeah. And that should be good. So if I were to give it disable with redstone, or actually enable with, yeah, disable with redstone. Wait. Are you not running or what? No, you have enough sulfuric acid, but no, you should be running. Device online. Probably don't have enough fluid output actually. I'll give you a 1K fluid cell. No? Is this the right multi-block, right? Sulfuric acid and water, you have both, and you should be making me diluted sulfuric acid. Why aren't you running? I'm going to take this off. Yeah, you should be running. I'm confused. You have power, you have everything, and you're not running. What if you're just trying to make an absurd amount of fluid? That's probably what it is. Because this is an LV recipe. So you're probably trying to make so much fluid that it can't keep up. Like it just can't. Or what if I, oh, that's what it is. Just input separation was having an issue. All right, so that works. So we want to enable with redstone so that if it's both, for some reason, if we have below sulfuric acid and below 10 million, then this will turn on. This way I don't eat all of my sulfuric acid. Okay, so that guy's good, and this guy is now stocked up on collagen. Next step is to throw it in another chemical reactor for gelatin mixture. So go ahead and do that over here. Right there. I wonder why it doesn't put all of the things in there. It's weird. You have enough casings. I don't know why you don't put the one casing there ever. It's really weird for me. It's fine. So you need a maintenance hatch. How many PTFE pipe casings do I have? 76. I got enough for like that many multi-blocks. And then CPM energy hatch. There you go. Connect it over. Okay, so this guy is going to need a stocking fluid and stocking. Yeah, stocking fluid and stocking item. And you're also going to need an output hatch, but just same thing. This one is only going to be used for one machine. So I'm just going to give it a big output hatch instead of storing like a mass amount, because I don't think I have the capability of storing a mass amount. We'll do 1,000,000. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll do 1,000,000. So you get sent right here. Do you need a stocking input hatch? That's got a craft though. And a reservoir hatch, because you're also going to use water. Like that. And then I'm just going to give you a storage bus. Fluid storage bus. But I only want you to store gelatin and extract only. This also means I can take off recipes for mince meat, collagen. Yeah, no more. And also for mince meat. And also for diluted sulfuric acid. So right now it's being made here, but no, I'm going to rely on the mixer on top of me to do that. Yeah, we can clear these guys. Okay, goodbye. Also, there's another one. Block of flesh. I don't need to do this guy anymore either. How are you crafting? Still waiting for this. So I think what I'll do overnight is upgrade the crystal circuits, because I think they're doing this recipe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're doing this recipe, but I can increase the energy hatch. So I think I'm gonna upgrade every single circuit, like circuit production. So this guy's already running UHV, so I don't have to upgrade it. But all of these guys, it'll help out if these are twice as fast, because they're running UV right now. So I think overnight I'm also going to craft UHV energy hatches for them, and most likely, definitely move them and put them in a better spot. Where? Good question. I'll answer that next time. Okay. So this collagen gets sent into a centrifuge. So this guy's going to be weird because you also output phosphorus dust. Actually, do output hatches have filters, or at least the output buses? These guys, do they have filters? No. Okay. So I'm going to have to do something weird about this stuff here. I mean, because ideally I do want to store this phosphorus. It is very useful. Because I've already shown that we we have a little bit of issues with storing enough phosphorus sometimes. So I don't want to get rid of that. How much indium do I have? 14,000. We've eaten up so much indium. All right, how are you crafting? You're relatively almost done. The component assembly line. When am I going to craft this? I really need to do this one. This is going to help me out so much. It doesn't even seem that expensive to craft a stack of these. How does this work anyways? Can I just throw stuff in there? Or do I have to organize it like I do the other stuff? It's these guys, right? They're the expensive ones. Yeah. But how does it work? Does it work like a regular apps line where you have to like organize the inputs? Or I can just dump everything? Oh. Okay. So I might want to set up universal automation for this because these circuits are going to cause issues. You can wall share the casings because it's just this strip, right? So you can definitely wall share it. Okay. I've always said I wasn't going to wall share, but I've already broken that rule with the bacterial vat. Speaking of which, 1818. 1818. Look at that. It's still 1818. It has not broken. That's so good. How much mutagen do I have so far? 3.2 million. Oh, yeah. How much plutonium is it, though? 204,000. So it's building up. So we're fine. We're fine. You can just do 9 stocking buses and share the fluids. Okay. So, I imagine blocking mode is still probably a good idea, though, right? Because otherwise, you're going to get some weird conflicts. I don't know. We'll see whenever I actually set it up. I always say I'm going to build it, but I never actually build it. So this guy needs phosphoric acid. And then you can output gelatin mixture. And then turn on. No? Oh, you need a regular stocking bus. It's in my hand. I don't know what to request before bed. Maybe 1024 more UHV circuits. I'm probably going to request more americium. I keep running out of it. So I'll give this the collagen. And you should be making me gelatin. So I'm now going to take off the recipe for gelatin. Bye. It is Mark 1. That's why it's so bad. I need the Mark 2 though. Yeah, you need the Fusion Computer Mark II, and I'm not there yet. All right, I'm not going to continue. I think I'm going to hold off here because it is almost midnight for me. And I'm going to leave this here, though, but we have up to gelatin mixture now being crafted. And I don't know how much phosphoric acid that's consuming, but we'll leave that going. Looks like, I don't know if we can produce it fast. Maybe we have to upgrade this machine, but I'll leave it like that. So next step is making a centrifuge for this stuff. I'm going to have to do some weird logic. Chances are I'm just going to add a drive for gelatin, but make it a really small drive so we don't store that much. So that way I can just plug it to an output bus for the phosphorus as well. Or maybe just an interface. Actually, that's probably what I'll do, an interface. And a filtered output bus for the phosphorus. Yeah. And then agar is next. I need another mixer. And then that should be everything, every input for the raw growth catalyst medium. And then, another thing. Let's do this. I think the bacteria finally finished crafting. So let's get the biolab going so I can get the more petri dishes. And I think I need more eggs, though. Here, have more eggs. Got plenty of them because I keep laying eggs. And I'll just leave that there for now. You're fixed. You're repaired. And then I think I'll also call it a night here. Let's get a whole bunch of americium going. 10,000, sure. And also neutronium because this stuff is always running out. Make sure the streamer switches off, otherwise our base shuts down. Now throw everything back. We're both getting prepared for mimes is the word I use. That's a Mexican word. 1818, last check, 1818. This is working. Hopefully it keeps working, yeah, because so far it's working pretty well. There's the egg I just talked about. Then I'll come back and make sure all of this is okay. This is already clogged because we have enough gelatin mixture. Sweet. And we'll work on this some more tomorrow. Yeah, this is a good time for us to call it now. I will be streaming again tomorrow, and it's going to mark the final day of, I guess you can say, the week of GTNH. Because I streamed every single night since Thursday. All because I had no work. Because I took off work for July 4th weekend, and they just extended it. So I was able to stream a lot more than usual. But after tomorrow, it's going to return to the normal schedule of weekend nights. So Friday and Saturday nights is when I plan to do it. Given I'm not busy, which can happen every now and like kind of often. But I'm going to try to do weekend nights. And I got to say, my sleep schedule has been all kinds of whack because of the break. I'm out here sleeping until like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I wake up at noon, and oh, I never thought I'd say this, but part of me is like, you know what? I'm kind of glad for work to resume because the one thing it helps me out with is maintaining a good sleep schedule. It's pretty bad otherwise. Anyways, we'll continue tomorrow. I should be able to have enough to craft this, and actually other things I should craft overnight. More maintenance hatches. I want 3 of them for the bacterial vat. And then we're going to give them all, let me double check here, UV energy hatches, just like the other one. So 4. No, of course you did. And also, I think I do want to commit to this, where I want to upgrade this guy to all 4 of these to UHV. 2, 3, 4. So make 4 UHV energy hatches, not CPM. I guess 3 more. I'm gonna cancel the americium and the neutronium though, because I think those are it's gonna take those. Yeah. 9 million cones backed up. Rest in peace, phthalic. How much phthalic do I even have? 64 million. I set this up like probably even like a year ago, and I don't even know what it does. It just works. A lot of my setups behind me, they kind of just work, and I'm scared to touch it. So I'm not going to. So after I crafted all of this stuff, how much americium do I actually have left? I ate all of it. Look at that. I had like 2,000 in here. It ate all of it just for me to craft some of this stuff. So absolutely, I'm gonna, just go for it. Just do it. Neutronium, did it consume it all too? It consumed like 4,000, I think, or 2,000 or something like that. Yeah, I just craft a whole bunch. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do this overnight because the main bottlenecks are americium and neutronium. I really need to do something about americium. Compact Fusion Mark II, when? Maybe I'll bookmark it so I remember it. It honestly doesn't even seem that bad anymore. It's just spamming ZPM stuff. But never mind, this is pretty atrocious. I'm not too worried about circuits right now because it's just gonna. Um, a lot of the machines we're building is ZPM tier and under, so I'm not too concerned about it. But what even like this? It was horrendous when I built it early UV. I could imagine. You have Mark II fusion. Well, I imagine you do because you have americium P. So yeah, I haven't been able to build it. I'm too scared to set it up. Honestly, let's try it. Let's just set up the recipe. Have to rename all of this stuff here. So easy to search. 1, 2, and 3. B is the main reason. The reason I went for fusion power. Figured if I'm crafting it, might as well. I get you. You gotta set the rename circuit so they can actually craft. I think that's it, right? Yeah. So put this in the S line. Up tier so it actually works. Do I even have a data stick for it? I think I do. Compact Fusion Mark II. I could have sworn that I did. No. Okay, what do I need to study? No, don't make me craft another one. I think that's what had happened. How dare you? Oh no. I can't even craft a tier 1. How did I even wait? How did I craft it? How was I even able to get it like at late LUV? It's one of those things. I think it's because I remember I bum rushed the heck out of this thing, like just so I can have compact, and it's all I focused on for about 2 weeks, I think. And then now that I got it, I can't even do it anymore. It's so funny. We're not even that bad, but 2002. This is telling me I need more. Actually, more raw biocatalyst medium because we're using this recipe. Oh, we're still using this. Yeah, we're still using this recipe. So we're missing raw biocatalyst medium, but that's what I'm working on is getting more of that. I was manually feeding my Iki's plasma to cover that to power the craft. Oh, I remember. I think. I don't quite remember, but there was something I was doing. It's like something suspicious to power something. I remember, but that's so funny. I can't even craft another one, and I don't even know how I was able to do it. Yeah, it's because I really focused on the compact fusion because I needed it to run our base with the helium, and I can't even do that anymore. And I'm like months afterwards, which is pretty funny. And then I guess that shows you that I'm really behind. But part of the issue also is because I switched my circuit line to biocircuits, so it's accounting for that as well. So I can't craft the equivalent number of biocircuits. That's my issue. I'm pretty sure if I were to switch to crystal circuits, I probably will be able to, but you're gonna have to take my word for it because I'm not gonna switch any of my lines. That takes too long. Nuh-uh. I use crystal for um like I still use crystal for no wetware actually. I use wetware as my LUV ones because you need them for something in the circuit assembler for these guys. I found out that I had used the any circuit, which uses bio circuits, and there is a recursive craft in here. So I still need a lower tier circuit to do this, to make the bio circuit boards. So that's why I still use wetwares. But I think if I were to switch to crystals, I would probably be able to do it. But um, I'm trying to fully convert to bio, and it's proven a little tricky. But who knows? Maybe if I, complain enough, maybe I'll switch it. I think that's why I can't craft it anymore, because I switched to bios. That's funny though. Get a PC fat. Does it make those boards cheaper? Wait. Oh. You don't even need circuits in here. Since when? Wait. Precarious. You've been withholding this important information from me. This is going to be revolutionary. This is not even that expensive. The heck, you're cheap as heck. The heck are you? I can't even pronounce that. All right, I'll look into this next episode. Wait, so it straight up just doesn't need any you don't need any circuits in there? You know how expensive that is? That's the main reason why these boards are so expensive, is because they just use other circuits in them. All right, that's incredibly useful information. Wow. You flipped my world completely. Kevlar B win. Does anyone honestly actually build the Kevlar line? They just make Bs for it, right? Like, no one's gonna do this. You really did. Wow. People do it for the meme. Yeah, I think I would just go for Bs just for Circa. Yeah. I know my next playthrough is going to skip Bs, so I would have to set it up. But right now, because I do have Bs, I would do it. All right, I'm gonna bookmark it. That's gonna be extremely helpful. It's probably the next thing I should do, honestly. It may even just be the next thing I do. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna cancel everything here because I'm gonna hold off on the bio upgrades because everything still works. It's just waiting for that. So let me see if I can just craft this overnight. I should be able to. It's pretty cheap. Let's do it. From time to time, lost within himself in his solitary. Yeah, I really appreciate you for telling me about this. I'm pretty sure it mentions it somewhere else. Like where it talks about, I'm pretty sure it talks about it too somewhere, and I just ignored it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, yeah. There's a quest for it. All those boards made in a chemical sign to stop that. Honestly, you know what they should do? Feature update request, please make this a required quest to continue into the pack. Oh, so all of this stuff no one cares about, right? Yeah, honestly, Me, I would not have probably cared about this for until a while. I would have found out about it. I would have, but it would have taken me a long time. You're gonna wait on neutronium, so I need to cancel you because I need the ingots. All right, I think you're waiting for the power to jumpstart. Yeah, you are. Streamer switch. That's what it's for. Yeah, this is going to be the next objective. Just going to copy paste another 32 centrifuges to freed up some lag. MM is so good. That's funny. Yeah, this is going to say, yeah, it even consumes crystal circuits. The heck? Yeah, you don't even need like the boards themselves. Oh, so this is probably why it mentions that you should probably build the nanoforge, right? Because it uses nanites for this stuff. Okay, I'm going to have to research this a little bit. But it looks like I'm just going to be using polybenzimidazole and jelly sandwich. I don't even know what to call that. Need to place mine. It's been 82 for a week. It's so big. Oh, it's one of those tall boys, right? Oh, it's actually, how tall is it? Is it going to be the new record? No, it's not. 38 blocks. The tallest structure record is the neutron activators. I'm just going to put it wherever I feel like. Not going to worry about it. Hurry up. Yeah, look at this. Look at me waiting for wetware life. I can't even say that. Wetware life support circuit boards. Slow as heck. The funny thing is, like, why is there even a recipe to do the biocircuit boards if at this point you should definitely have the PCB factory at that point? That's where they confused me. Like, if you force the recipe to just be the PCB factory, then I would have never built it. Then I would have built it a long time ago. It's one of those that's the hard way first for no reason. Yeah, that's okay. It's part of the fun, right? I can't complain. Did you just? Oh, the thing researched instantly. Wait till you craft up your space elevator miners. What do you mean? How do I even look this up? Space drone. Why? What's so bad about? Oh, I see it. You have to research every single one. Ooh. All right, let's try to craft. I think before I sleep tonight, not PA, I'm gonna craft a PCB factory. A. 3 advanced circuit. Why? I don't even know why I have one in there already, but I'm not gonna complain. With the patterns and a bunch of few, because I need to add more patterns to the molecular assembler. Where am I going? Down here. Yeah, yes. This is very primitive, but it's worked so far. PCB factory. Yeah, craft it. Craft it. We need it. We need it. And then all the other casings, everything else here looks pretty cheap, right? But yeah, this is dirt cheap. Maybe not this. So let's set up these guys too. Photolithographic framework casing. Try saying that 5 times fast. I don't care. Make 80 of them. You need that. Are you made in the... Oh, you're not even made in the alloy blast melter. Oh, you're gonna be one of those weird ones. Oh, yeah, you are. Alright, fine. Bending 1. Mm-hmm. Do, 64. This is going to go in the blast furnace. Blast smelter circuit 11. Right there. Now? Nope. Alright. You're going to be in a mixer, right? Not really much I can do about it. Yeah. Circuit 6. That's a weird one. I highly doubt I have a automation for it. No, but I think this is also going to be something I focused here. Mega Apiary is so good. Yeah, I need to also make my Mega Apiary run nonstop. Because one of the big issues I have with it is that it loses maintenance because I still haven't given it an auto taping maintenance hatch, and the guy just breaks overnight. For some reason, that Mega Apiary is always losing durability. No clue. No clue why. Do I not have a Circuit 6? Are you just like a mega weird one? Million. That sounds funny. Yeah, I need to add a universal automation for this because this guy is just weird. Probably gonna break it, but I'm just gonna throw a circuit in there. Oops. No. Circuit 6. Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely gonna break. All its conflicts. It should be fine. I was not going to run around fixing 800 multis each. Oh, okay. So you're saying like a what do you call it? It's a config? I'm making orundum somewhere. I'm making it in plates. Okay. So I'm going to macerate the plate to get orundum dust. Yeah. I can relate to that, I think. Finally crafted. Okay. PCB factory is gonna work. It doesn't even use americium. Look at that. All right. I'm gonna walk away before I want to do something else. You know what? Give it a maintenance hatch. Yeah, I already have one. That's gonna be for the PCB factory because I might as well. I think it's probably gonna save our run, honestly. Okay, I think this is a good time for us to call it a night. We have one of the most important multi-blocks being crafted, and I'm surprised no one told me about this before. That's okay. I know it, we miss things. I definitely did. Like I've only been in I've only been at this point the wetware boards a couple months. I just you know what? That's fair. I also don't really show my base too much, but just everything here are all the relevant blocks or multi blocks. Everything you see here, and everything here is like old stuff that I kind of don't really care about. Other relevant blocks are the megas, but that's pretty much it. Turn off the streamer switch. Save your base. That's my bad. Hey, but now you got me more hyped. I've already felt like I was making good progress. Now just imagine we're gonna be making so much more progress. I think the run I think the run is gonna really push forward with that. Yeah, it's gonna help so much because I've been here and most of the struggle was crafting circuits and we can do it. It just takes a while, but this is really gonna jumpstart us. Yeah, I'm excited for this. We're gonna leave it here for the night though. It is about that time. It's try to find someone to raid actually. We have a good audience here. Appreciate everybody. Close all of my stuff. Yeah, I appreciate the chat as well, Precarious. Thanks. Thanks for everybody else for watching as well. It was a good episode. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. And it's like I mentioned, it's going to be the last stream for this week. And then it's going to return to the normal schedule of just Friday, Saturday if I'm not busy. And I had pushed a lot of progress here. Let's say hello to Drakester Bacon. Let's say hello to Drakester Bacon. I haven't seen them in a while. I think Drakester Bacon was doing the Skyblock Garden of Glass, a Garden of Grind map, and I guess they're restarting. I always like watching earlier Let's Plays. It's very refreshing. Okay. For now, have a good night, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.